Alright, good morning, beautiful souls. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, guys. Congrats, we made it. We made it. Like I say, man, I always say some might have already been off. Some might have already been off Sunday. It might just have to go back. No, some might already been off Thursday. It might have to go back Sunday. It's different work schedules, or somebody just might be off. All right, let's rock and roll. Ooh, big news, big news, big news. I know everybody's saw it. South Carolina had 8808, and we are going to try to figure out how it happened. 088880888. All right, it's a common number, guys. You always hear me say it. All right, 8808. Total of 24, guys. All right, total of 24. Watch this. All right, today it's the 12th, man. All right, we're getting up there. Shout out to everybody who hit that 16-16. That was crazy yesterday, wasn't it? All right, that could have won for anybody's state, guys. So don't get discouraged, guys. Today, if I'm not mistaken, it's 2. It goes a little different today. All right, this 2 and 7s, they go a little different. All right, on the 7th of the month, any month, right? Your 7 always going to represent a 2, a 0, a 7, and a 4. All of these numbers represent your 7s, all right? Simply because, how does that go? Of course, 2s and 7s are mirrored to each other. Of course, 0 and 7s. You always know that 7s can be resemblance to 0s as well, right? You want to keep your natural 7, all right? 4 plus 3 is 7, all right? But today, it's 12th, right? So we got to deal with a 2 today for the 2s. Of course, your 2 represents your 2. Again, you remember 2 and 7s are equivalent to each other. Okay, 5s and 9s. See, it gets a little trickier today. Always on a date that's going to consist of a 2 and a 7, the numbers are like pretty much the same. All right, so what we see here, guys, you might want to get a little excited about this, especially if you're playing in Maryland. All right, so if we do this again, yesterday's date digit numbers consisted of a 16, right? Be reminded that we're locked in on a 16 for the whole month. All right, so I think today is the 16th, 17, meaning your sums will be 17s as well. All right, so that's why I say get a little tricky today, guys. So however you can get you a 17, you better start playing it today. 17s is just a few numbers. 737. You can go 917. What's that? 16. You can go 881. All right. You could do that today. You could have did it on the 11th and brought it in for today. All right. So these numbers that you're looking at right now, it's a possibility that you can scramble up some of these numbers and you should be a winner. All right. I like 727. I'm going to go with 727. I don't have to go with it. I already got it played in MD. You can't play MD online. I'm your only plug and your only route. If you ever want to play any numbers in MD, I'm the only one you might can talk to. The only honest one, maybe, right? All right. So, I mean, a lot of money is in MD. A lot of beautiful souls wish to play. But I'm probably the only route that you can go. I'm like a port, straight through. All right, so let's get back to the task at hand. Don't forget, these are your numbers. All right, 2, 7, 5s, and 9s represent 2s. So if you just confused, man, always know 2s represent 2, 7, 5s, and 9s. All right. So let's go ahead with South Carolina because I want to see how did it occur. All right, if you had your Malongo's magic window, South Carolina, you had 225, and I believe that just sparked it off. All right, that just sparked it off, guys. Like I say, I'm not a guy who is ever going to get up here and do the Monday morning quarterback. And if anybody know what that is, that's just what guys normally do after a Sunday night's game. We link up and talk about what went on in football on a Monday morning, things that already happened, man. And That's something that I don't like to do. All right, so you're lined up at 225, and you tell me, what do you see? If you had one of these Malungo's Magic Windows, guys, you clearly um, you clearly see here you're lined up at 225. You had an option to play 1444. You had an option to play 1025. You had an option to play 1052. You had an option to play 1227. You had an option to play 227. These are all the numbers that you could have considered. All right. Now, this is all for lining your state up at 225. And right down here, you got it, 8808. All right. All right. So you might want to credit 225 to your 8808. And I'm going to just share something with you. I believe I did MD yesterday, and my brother West Hill Champ told me that he said, did you see 789 in South Carolina after you said something about it in MD? So if you are in Ohio right now, I'm sorry, if you are in Ohio, you had 789. Please consider playing 1444, guys. All right, please consider playing 1444. So you're lined up in South Carolina, and I believe I mentioned something about this 225. I believe Michigan, if I'm not mistaken, Michigan might have had 225. Somebody had 225 last week, and I did a video, so if you're listening right now, what up, though, down there in Michigan, you might want to jump in on this as well, because it's a possibility that you can get 1444, 8808. Or if not, just go to Let's Make a Billion and pull your state up. Pull your triples up. You got some only triple predictions in your pick four, and they'll tell you, what's standing in your state. It's just that easy. It's just that easy, guys. We can win. We can win. This stuff is not mind-boggling no more, man. You can win if you just be patient with this stuff. Read your analytics. Know what your numbers are doing, guys. Again, that's the most important thing, guys. That's the most important thing. Just know what your numbers are doing. That's it. And if you know how to do your math, you can win, man. You can win. It's just that simple. Again, I don't do no boasting and bragging, but if you've been with me long enough, man, the numbers that I do call out, they come, whether they're long-winded, whether they haven't even came out in a state, but they jumped off in somebody else's state. The numbers are here for us. All right, so let's go ahead and refreshing this again. So today, with all these numbers, all right, 2074, you simply can play this. And don't tell me somebody's state ain't already had it, because I just saw it in somebody's state. 2074. These are numbers, guys, you never even thought about. You never thought about 2074. Yeah, you seen them in books, but you didn't know the reason. That's why I always say y'all always got to thank Brother Ricardo. Leave that stuff in the comments, man. Thank that brother. Because if he wouldn't have never showed me this, guys, we would still be lost. Half of y'all wouldn't have knew half of the stuff that y'all know now if it wasn't for Brother Ricardo. If it wasn't for him reaching out, saying, hey, look, I like this. You might want to consider this, and I shared it. I took it and shared it. I read it. I shared it. Now, after double, you got to play 483. This. These are the instructions. After you see a sum of a 302 or 401 in your state, please listen. It's a possibility you can get a 46 pair. All right, listen to this stuff, guys. Any total of fives, after seeing it, it states that if you see it at night, you got to play a 46 pair. But you can vice versa this stuff. So if you got a 46 pair in your state, play any totals of a five. Play 221, 401, 500, guys. Like I said, it's more than just jumping up here, giving up numbers. I like this, or this came out. Okay, and what else? What else can I take down the road with me, man? I mean, don't y'all get tired of keep hearing about people sharing numbers and saying this came out? What else, man? What can I take with me out of town, or what can I share with somebody else? Y'all should be getting tired of that stuff, man. That's for real. Y'all should get tired of that, man. Y'all really should get tired of that. And I ain't throwing no shade, because you look, you can be on whoever page you want to be on, but at the end of the day, it's all about the views, man. It's about the views, you know. So like I said, I never bash anybody on no page. Now that I know how this game go, it's about the views. I mean, if you're not getting over 1,000 views, man, you just pretty much in the way. And I'm one of them right now. But my analytics shows me within 28 days, I average like close to 18,000 views. Over the past 90 days, I think my analytics told me that over 75 or 65,000 people, beautiful souls, and some people, because everybody is not a beautiful soul on this page, have watched the channel. So guys, please, the word is elevation, man. It's just elevation. Now, how easy is this? How easy is it? Today is the 12th. You're going to use the 2. What you going to play? 200. 101. What you going to play today? All right? Sometimes you got to get a double-digit number. 821. That's 10, 11. Total of 11, guys. 1 and 1 is 2. Won't lead you here. 7's easy. 601s, 502s, 403s. All right? 7s. Smoking number right here. Talked about this maybe 2 months ago. It faded away. 2,500 for your 7s. All right? Tomorrow is the 13th. Jump on these numbers today. Tomorrow is the 13th. 3s represents 3, 8, 0, and 6s. 3s. So today, what you're going to be playing is triple ones, 201s with your 8s. We locked in at 1025 on this side. We locked in 1025, 1025. Everybody should be playing it. With your 6s, 1023s or 1, 2, 3. All right. It's easy. Stay a day ahead and stay a day under. So meaning today is the 12th. You're still going to consider some numbers from yesterday. All right. Which was the 11th. All right. So you're still going to consider 3, 2, 1s because we had the 6s for a day digit number. You still going to consider 3, 2, 1. So somebody in your family birthday, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 213. You got to play it. So it's like that. So shout out to South Carolina. If you was lined up at 225, this should have been the first thing to caught your eye. That should have been the first thing. As soon as you lined it up and it popped off and you scanned this thing for maybe your 5 minutes or however else you do it, this should have been the first thing. Up, child, 8808 is coming out, girl. 8808. That's it, man. I got to step it up.